back to the Eerie cast. With me, of course, is Chris.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
E with the double thumbs. And I am James, and today we are watching Top Five's Five Best UFO Photographs Ever Taken. We decided to kind of shake it up a
Yeah.
little bit, do some aliens, do a little UAPs, do a little bit of UFOs. We'll see. These are
Ooh.
photographs, so no video,
Right.
but I guess we'll just determine: is it real? Is it
All right.
fake? We'll never know. We literally will never know.
There are more than
All right. Let's
5,000
see.
reported UFO sightings each year. Not all witnesses manage to capture what they see on camera, but there are still hundreds of events that do manage to be captured. Here are what I think are 5 of the best and most mysterious UFO photos ever taken.
Hmm.
Starting us off is an image that was taken during an
The
event that lasted
Belgian
from
way.
November 1989 up until its last sighting in April the following year. It was the Belgium wave.
Hmm.
A triangle-shaped object was spotted by more than 130,000 people throughout Belgium. Some of those who witnessed it were police officers, and 2,600 of the witnesses filed written statements of what they saw.
Dang.
All witnesses state it was a large object
1989.
that was flying
Yeah.
at a
Wow.
low altitude. It was a flat black triangle shape with what seemed like 3 reddy-orange spotlights underneath. The aircraft moved
This
slowly
is a
and
pretty typical spotted UFO, the triangle craft. I think it even has a name, like the
Mm-hmm.
T-60 or something like that. I can't remember. Like
You
people
know,
think it's just like an experimental ship.
you know what this kind of reminds me to? I don't know if you ever seen that old painting from Mona Lisa. I think it is. I don't know who it is. It's one of those old paintings, and then on the side it has something like that. I don't know if
Oh,
you've seen that painting before.
talking about
I
like
think it is it Mona
the
Lisa. Wait, I can't remember if it's Mona Lisa or is it some other one, but it's something in that era, that time. And she's kind of
Leonardo.
like this person. Yeah, so he painted something where like it has the picture and then it has like a group of people pointing to like the stars and
Uh
then it's
huh.
pointing to something like this, like a UFO ship, whatever. I'll try to send you the picture if I find it.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. I don't know what
It's
the
a
painting
weird
is.
picture, and even Joe Rogan talked about it too. He was like, "Hey, there's a ship looking thing over there," like, which is kind of weird. Like, how would they even know that? Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of
that's
weird
that.
I don't know what you'd call them, like early century paintings, especially like of like biblical characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's I've seen that too. Yeah.
Like in the backgrounds, you always see like whatever, like it's like the sun, but it looks like a spaceship kind of thing, or then you'll actually see like an actual UFO, or you'll see there's one where it's like a person looks like it's inside of a capsule.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird.
There
But
was
then they say it's
also
like weird interpretations of things too. But I mean, they look like alien stuff to me.
because there was an episode on the History Channel. I don't know if you've seen it where they're talking about the Aztecs, the Mayans and shit. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen that.
yeah.
And they're talking about aliens, that there's a connection where there's like a Mayan like on a ship looking thing. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like a rocket going up and it's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
and that's trippy. I'm like, what the heck? That is weird.
Yes, they have a lot of weird Mayan Aztec stuff. Yeah, I remember the one where it's like one of their gods in a spaceship looking thing, and it looks like it's got
Hmm.
controls. Looks like it's got little
Yeah, and then the
controls
guy
and
was like,
stuff, and then I think there's one where it's like it shows like obviously like an astronaut inside of a
yeah,
ship
and
or
then I'm
something.
tripping. Is like, how do they even do that? Like, there's got to be something weird going on here.
Yeah, I really think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
because
believe
that's
that like the
way.
ancient alien stuff, like where they come
Yeah,
and
I actually do.
visit
Yeah, I
us,
do.
or yeah, I
Yeah, I
I
do.
kind of do. I think there's a lot of weird stuff in our own history that kind of
Hmm.
points to that. And then the fact now, like especially with like the Egypt stuff, they always kept talking about like, oh yeah, the pyramids are a massive reactor. Like if you had a
Hmm.
spaceship, you
Yeah.
would just be near it and it would recharge your spaceship or whatever. And then now they found like those gigantic pillars that go into the ground, like however many
Yeah,
hundreds
I
of
heard about
meters.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like
Yeah.
there might even be
Yeah.
like a whole other city under there now. That's wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
But
continue
yeah.
this video
Uh,
though.
yeah. This. Yeah.
Now that
Yeah.
we've
So
gone
it's
on our
all kind of.
tangents.
No, but it's still connected because it's all
Yeah.
aliens. So. All right.
and silently overhead. The Belgian populace traced this craft as it moved from the town of Liege to the border of the Netherlands and Germany. Two F-16s were ordered to intercept and identify the object, and one of the jet's radars locked the object in. It appeared as a small diamond on the pilot's screen. The pilot reported that only a few seconds after locking onto the target, the object began to pick up speed, quickly moving out of the radar's range. An hour-long chase began, during which the F-16s picked up the strange craft signal 2 additional times, only to see it fade from their radars. The triangular craft seemed to be playing a cat-and-mouse game, and finally was lost in the night lights of Brussels. After the event, the pilots of the fighters reported that the UFO had made maneuvers at speeds beyond the capabilities of their technology, and that the radar showed the craft almost instantly drop from 10,000
You know what?
to
Pause it.
500 feet in 5 seconds.
You didn't see the Joe Rogan, right, with Trump? Did you see that episode?
I don't think I saw it all the way. No.
So there was a part where Joe Rogan asked him about if he believes in aliens, and he said that apparently some of his like some of it, I guess, like his team or whatever, I guess from his army, whatever. What do you call those? What do you call those people
Like he's
that
like
fly those?
military secretary.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
military.
yeah.
And
I
they
remember
told him
that.
like we saw something like this where they're like, he explained it like through 4 little lights. He said, and that he doesn't believe it, but he believed whatever the his crew was
Right.
telling him.
Yeah, these were like pilots,
So,
if I remember correctly. They were Air Force
so,
pilots.
so pilots, yeah, there you go. So I think this is real in my opinion. Whatever this is real.
Yeah, I remember that. He was saying like he's like, yeah, I don't know if I really believe, but I've talked to, these guys who,
These pilots,
yeah,
yeah,
they have no reason to lie. They're great pilots. They've been in the military
yeah,
forever, and they're telling
and they
me, oh
couldn't explain it.
they're seeing things.
Yeah, that's trippy. I'm like, yeah. So all right.
The McMinnville UFO photograph is considered to be one of the most famous photographs ever taken of an unidentified
I've
flying
seen this.
object. The photographs were taken on a farm near
I
McMinnville,
don't know if I've seen
Oregon,
this one.
on May the 11th, 1950, by farm owner Paul and Eve Trent. Although
I mean,
there
I've just
isn't
heard
much
this story.
information on the photos, what is known is that Eve was walking back from her farmhouse after feeding the rabbits. Before she reached the house, she claimed to see a slow-moving
Over
metallic
there!
disc-shaped
Turn
object heading in
around!
her direction from the northeast. She yelled for her husband, who was inside the house. Upon leaving the house, he also claimed to see the object.
See, that's what I'm
and
saying.
quickly
Like,
ran inside to grab his camera.
how can you
And what you
fake this?
see
It's
here
like
is
it
the
look.
2 images he
There's no
managed to capture
Photoshop.
before the mysterious object flew off into the distance.
Like, I don't
They were
understand
never
that.
going
It
to
doesn't.
publicize the photos, but when they were persuaded by friends, the pictures
Like,
spread
what the
globally,
hell is that?
even
Like,
being featured in Life magazine and newspapers across the nation. Paul and Eve have made no money from publicizing the photos, leaving many people to perceive them as credible witnesses and photographs.
that's why when I look at stuff like this, it's like it's real. Like, I don't know, not the new stuff, but this stuff that is so old. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, what the heck is that?
I mean, it's one of those things, right? You got to be like, okay, it probably could be faked, but
But how?
why would some farmers in the middle of bumfuck nowhere bother with faking something like this? And then the fact that they didn't make any money off of it, I don't,
Yeah,
not making
it's
money off
weird.
it
Yeah,
tells me that they didn't get any like tourism. You know what I mean? Like people weren't coming out to their farm to like look for aliens. So
and you also got to think about it back then. Like, let's say you want to take that picture, you would have to throw something in the air and just take a picture. Like, what the hell?
right.
Like, I don't know. Just to me, just I don't know. I believe this one for sure. I don't know why.
I think there was
Whatever.
a episode of Paranormal Fact or Fake that went into this,
Oh
and
yeah, what did they say about it?
I think they I don't think they debunked it. I think they said that it was probably a real photograph because they
Yeah,
tried to
that does look
replicate
real.
it using the same or similar camera that he had at the time, and it was like,
Yeah, because I've been doing Photoshop for over what 20 years, and you can't come up with shit like that. I mean, now obvious with Photoshop, but
I mean, I'd like to
there's
know
just
what
no
kind of
way. Like,
camera or whatever he had. I'd
yeah,
like
I
to
don't
see what
know.
kind
To
of camera
me,
he had.
I believe this.
I mean, it shows it right
Right?
here, but I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
what
an
that is
old. Yeah,
though.
yeah, but damn, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
In my head, I'm still thinking like, oh, they gotta stand there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
pretty sure
I feel
camera
like all these
technology was better
old
by then.
all these old ones, I believe like 100%. A lot of the new ones, not really, but all these old ones, I do,
Hmm.
because they're just hard to debunk. They're just really important. Like
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they're hard to debunk too because it was done so long ago. You don't know if like
mm,
the story is real or not anymore. But then they're also hard to debunk because like why would someone bother doing that?
yeah, it's just
I mean, if they found out like
yeah.
this guy was a, whatever, like a photographer for, man, what's that, National Enquirer or something like that? Yeah. He already took pictures of, the Bat Boy and Swamp Thing and stuff like that, then yeah, I would say this is completely discredited. But I mean, in this case, it's like can't really discredit it. It's just some random dude taking a picture of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super trippy.
All right.
Wish we could look more into it.
The Rex Heflin
Yeah.
photos. Rex Heflin, a highway inspector, was
Ooh,
at work
Santa
on August
Ana.
the 3rd, 1965, in Santa Ana, California. Whilst working, he saw a rod shaped object hovering in the air above his truck. He had no idea what it was, as it was unlike anything he'd ever seen before. He managed to take a few
Hat
photos before
shaped.
the UFO flew away. These aren't the best photos in the world, but they clearly show what looks like a hat shaped metal object. These photographs,
Mm.
like all UFO pictures, were subject to lots of
I,
speculation.
I don't know. I would just say that's a hubcap. Like, that's a hubcap like floating in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That one's kind of.
but I mean, he pulled over to the side of the road to take a picture. It looks like so. I don't know. I'm gonna give him credit for that at least.
Regarding their authenticity, but it's important to consider that the photographs were examined by experts from the United Press International and
Hmm.
National Investigations Committee and concluded to be genuine.
Pause
The
it.
Waterbury
That go back to that metal. Yeah, it kind of looks small, doesn't it? Like really small.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
kind
That's
of
why it's hard to like figure out if it's really real or not. He literally could
yeah,
just
it
have
looks
like a fishing
small.
pole above his head dangling that thing.
Mm. Like based on that picture, it looks maybe a size of maybe like a what is it? Mm,
I
No
mean,
more
yeah, it's hard to
than
tell how far away he is from it.
I'll say no more than 20 feet, maybe. It looks like.
I don't know about that. I think it's farther than that.
So you think it's actually farther, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, it looks like a hubcap. It literally does.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, no, it does. Yeah,
So I don't know. I mean, like I said, it could be easily faked. And, like,
yeah,
because like all they said was they authenticated the photograph. It's a real photograph. Yeah, it's a real
yeah.
photograph of a fake UFO. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, what they're
It's a
saying is
real
it's not
photo, obvious.
doctored. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I this one kind of on the fence about this one. One before it, maybe
Okay.
not so much. This one,
Yeah.
maybe. Because like I said, you can't tell the distance. I can't really see like a shadow on the ground anywhere. I mean, it could be
No.
just whatever the sun or something. He did pull over to the side of the road to take a picture, which gives, in my head, a little bit of credibility. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna
All
move
right.
on.
Committee
My
and
brain
concluded to be
can't
genuine.
focus on it.
The Waterbury, Connecticut UFO. Randy Etting was walking outside his home in Connecticut in 1987, and with over 30 years of commercial airline pilot experience, he was always fascinated with the sky. He took these photographs as he saw a number of orange and red lights approaching from the west. He ran inside to grab a pair of binoculars and shouted for his neighbors to come outside and investigate. It was moving very quickly towards him, and the lights seemed to be distorted by engine heat, but you could hear no engine running. Randy states,
Oh,
as the UFO passed over us, cars in both the east and the westbound lanes began pulling over and stopping. The UFO displayed a semicircular pattern of very bright multicolored lights. Motorists reported that as the object became visible, a number of cars lost power and had to pull off the highway. You can see in this image the disc-shaped aircraft with lights underneath, which is an artist's impression from the
ooh,
witness reports. It's very
oh,
strange that several
artist
cars lost
impression,
power. Could
1987.
this be caused
It
by
was
some sort of
87.
field the aircraft?
something like that.
It. Damn. So
But this is just
I don't know. This one's.
this is just a drawing.
Yeah.
But this is a depiction of what they say they saw. A
Okay.
circular disc-shaped object, lights all around it. But I mean,
Yeah.
if there's multiple witnesses, I mean that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
may have been producing. The Battle of Los Angeles. In
Ooh.
1943, one of the most mysterious
Yeah. This
UFO
one,
photographs was taken.
I always
In
wonder.
the early
That
hours
was
of
interesting.
Yeah,
This
the
was a
Battle of Los
very
Angeles.
interesting story. This is a very interesting story.
Yeah, I like this one. I think it's very cool.
February the 25th,
Yeah.
1942, an
I just like the idea that like, whatever, one cold February day, the United States Army just lit the skies up over Los Angeles and just started gunning down whatever they thought they saw.
There's a movie of this, right? Or no? Like a movie based on this?
Uh, I don't know. I
I
think
thought
you're
there
thinking of a
was.
different movie, but
Mm-hmm.
this one is just whatever. It's like World War II. Supposed to be lights out everywhere. They've got
Right.
anti-aircraft
Like,
cannons and shit on top of buildings at the time in downtown Los Angeles.
aircraft flew over LA that triggered an air raid alert.
I lie.
Weapons and massive searchlights locked onto the object for nearly an hour. But what made this so unusual is the fact that it clearly was not an attack from a Japanese aircraft, which was first thought. If you look closely, you can see what looks like a classic flying saucer-shaped aircraft in the center of the spotlights. In a matter of minutes, the entire southern
I know it
area
takes
of
place in
California
LA,
was
right? But where in LA does it say? Have you ever read into this? Like where exactly in LA?
I don't
Because
remember. I want to say it's like downtown though.
downtown. What the hell?
Yeah.
into the skies,
Because I,
watching the
cause I always
intense
heard of the
spotlight.
story, but I never knew like exactly where it was at. You know, like I just wanted to know where. Because I know LA everywhere. You know, I've been everywhere.
Yeah, maybe we look more into it. Like I said, did you ever watch Fact or Faked?
Fact or fake? No, I don't think I have.
We'll have to see. I have to see if I got episodes of it or not. We should watch
Mm-hmm.
that. That's really good. They did this whole thing. They
Right.
they did a real super deep dive and everything too. I think they even had like some more pictures that weren't like available to the public too.
And what was their conclusion? Was it real to them, or do you remember?
They weren't sure if it was real or not, but they were definitely sure that something entered the airspace and that they were firing on something.
Oh,
Because I think their conclusion was like all these
yeah,
people are highly trained, they know what they're doing,
yeah,
but then at the
yeah.
same time too, they're worried about Japanese, so they were on alert, but then they were also maybe kind of freaked out a little bit when they saw something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
White beams covering the giant UFO. The 37th anti-aircraft guns helped light up the night sky, firing hundreds of rounds at the mysterious object, yet it appeared unaffected. If you look at the image, it looks like the rounds are not even coming into contact with the craft, and many people say the bombs exploded in rings around the object. The 30-plus minute barrage would send fragment shells over homes, businesses, and citizens. In the aftermath, 6 individuals were found dead from the spent and fragmented artillery shells.
Dang.
Although this was a major event, it fell
Oh,
short of global headlines due to the ongoing war, but to this day there is no explanation of what exactly the craft was or who was
so this
piloting
happened
it.
what year again?
So
1940.
Or
What
something?
was it, the beginning? Wait, 19. Damn. So this means that this was like,
Oh, 1942.
yeah. So that's why probably they were not paying attention because that was when the war was happening. Definitely, they would not pay attention. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. This is a very fascinating story. I always find this story very.
Yeah. I wish LA would, I don't know, show more stuff about it.
Look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just the city of LA too. Be like, oh yeah, here's where the, you know, crazy battle for Los Angeles occurred. But yeah, we have to look into that fact to fake thing. I think you'd really like it.
Yeah. I'll look into it. We'll look into it.
or who was piloting it. So that's 5 of the most mysterious UFO photographs ever taken. There are
All
always
right.
new
Not
incredible
bad.
UFO sightings and
Not bad.
photos being captured, so be sure to keep an eye out
God, he's using the music
X
from
Files.
X
Yeah.
Files. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I like that.
Yeah.
The UFO photos. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. That was
Yeah. Thanks everyone.
5 best UFO photographs ever taken.
And that's pretty much it for this video.
Yeah. See you guys on the next one.
All right. Later, dude.